G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat, this will be my Knackers Yard, and let's have a look at this beautiful machine. No, let's go and take a look at Beast, the 900 Triumph Sprint. Okay, so that's the seat off now, as build, as told by the previous owner. That's literally just bolt off and yanking the seat off. It's kind of hooked on with a bit of a botch. Now, I have done some stuff. I've not got my mic on, so there's no point in me talking down the bottom of my garage. I've taken the side panels off because the bit that I frankly don't like is the bulge. Now, bearing in mind I'm taking this apart so I can look at the lighting, because I want to get the indicators on. I want to give it some indicators. I got slightly distracted by this bit because its beautification is what I like. So you've effectively got feeder hoses that go in like so, that need that bulge. That's what it's for, is to make account for all of that. But it is literally 2 bolts off and a plastic cuff holding the pipe on. Now, looking at these themselves, it is effectively a bit of rubber hosing, empty, and a very rough filter. So hold down the bottom and a tube in it. So empty box, and in the tube it's just a rough filter, and that actually is a yellow duster that someone's used just to scrub the air going in a little bit. So yeah, fine, not a problem. So that's all it is. Be careful not to lose bits in case I do revert back to this idea. Never throw stuff away, because you're probably going to need it the second you've thrown it away. Yeah. So effectively it leads into the airbox. Now, all it was hold on there is just a rubber sleeve holding it on. Now, I'm not sure if I can get you to look down there. Let me just chuck you on the side. Sure what you can see, not a lot. At the end there is a foam filter. So the actual proper scrub of the air before it goes in, the air limitation, shall we say, appears to happen in the box, not at the back. Right, so this morning I haven't started work yet. I've just dropped the kids off at school, so the bike is properly cold. Got no choke on. Seems happy enough like that. So bearing in mind that it was restricted to what, an inch diameter probably. That hole there is larger, so if I can cap that off with an inch hole in each, it, not in terms of flow, but in terms of volume of flow, volume of air. I mean, I don't want to leave that wide open because that can suck more air than it did before, which is going to have eventual jetting implications, because I'm changing the airflow into the bike, or changing the air volume into the bike. The flow is going to change because it's not going to be, well, I don't think it's going to be going through that pipe. But what I can do is fashion something, either a blunt cap on the end, or I don't know, a triangle to bring it in a little bit more. But what it means is that I lose the requirement for that bulge on each side. I can effectively just make it a little bit more, dare I say it, elegant, and just tidy up that back end. Right, that's all shit that I don't really need to be doing at the moment. What I need to be doing is looking at lighting, which I'm not going to do right now, but I wanted to at least have a look. Now, let me turn the lights on. It is rudimentarily wired up, so if I indicate to the left, I get an indicator light on, but no flash. Ditto on the other side. Sorry, my mate walking his dog again. Yeah, so the reason he put it up that way, I think, was to try and get the T for Triumph. But anyway, I can get a solid. You can barely see it, frankly, so that's right. That's left, but no flash. So I don't know if that's because it's LEDs, it needs a flasher unit, whatever. So next job will be precisely that. Now the bit that, where's my bit of tape gone? I'm going to roll the bike forward and show you one more thing for the day. But I think, yeah, I can narrow down the profile without pissing around too much with that airbox, and without trying to run it off pods. And the other bit that I wanted to show you, you see marked off with a bit of tape there, so don't lose it. I was stood out here talking bollocks, I think. And I looked down and thought, oh, it looks like that said a puncture repair. It looks like it's stuck up a little bit. And wet my finger, covered up the hole. I'm not sure if you're going to hear it, but I can feel a really gentle bubble on it. So what? So I found the slow puncture. It's a repair that's just raising on an edge, which is proper cool, because I think I can just redo that and it will do for now, so I'm not going to have to keep pumping it up. And I've not done a puncture repair on a bike, so I've ordered one of the kits, and maybe we'll do that together. Right, that'll do for now. Right, and we're back with some classic cardboard engineering. So all I've done is drawn around the edge of the other piece, cut a hole in, and I've effectively got the same amount of airflow as I had before. Now it's flowing differently, I get that, it's flowing in a different direction, but that ain't far off. And I've run it up, I won't do it now because it's noisy. I'll run it up and it's fine. So I'm going to secure that with a bit of tape. This isn't the end state, believe me. I just want to prove to myself that it works, because starting a bike and running it and revving it, yeah, it's fine, that sounds great. Actually, I need to move it, I need to ride it to see whether or not it's getting enough air, whether it's sucking through. But fuck it, why not give it a go. So yeah, to me that sounds fine, but I need to move it so I can work it out properly. Highs and lows of playing with bikes. Starting to look at the electrics and thought, oh, for fucking hell, because it's just been bastard taped everywhere, and you've got connectors that, you know, I had a spade and a bullet taped together, that sort of thing. But the beauty of bits and pieces of playing with bikes, I need to get indicators on this to get it day compliant. Now the guy before said, oh, I had a go but it wouldn't work, and yada yada yada, and LEDs and bulbs. So I've dug out some nasty nasty cheap bulb indicators. Now these are going nowhere near the, well, I say they're going nowhere near the bike. They might go on as a temporary measure for MOT, but they're fucking ugly for this bike. So I've just tagged the indicator neutral onto the neutral of the battery. Let's just give it a go. So I'm trying left. I've no idea what wire this is. Not that one. Let's try right. Look at that. Okay, even the relay ticking. How cool is that? So I am dead chuffed, because that has made chucking indicators on this considerably fucking easier, because doesn't look like I'm going to have to do a wiring circuit. Now obviously that's only the back, and I've no idea what's at the front yet, but the fact that that was quite so, dare I say it, simple, is really comforting. Now what I'm going to have to do, possibly not in this video, in fact more than likely not in this video, because this is just going to be a midweek update really, is So it's those two, so it's the green and the white. I have ordered the book for this, Dan, before you start. I have ordered the book, I'm just fucking impatient, mate, you know. And I'm just having a brief dig. So it's that's the right indicator. Did I indicate right? I think I did. Right indicator is white. And I'll strip the wire on the other side and see if the yellow is the yellow. Let's see if the yellow, sorry, there's yellow there, the green is left. Right, a little tiny bit of stripping left. Let's go left indicator onto the green there. Job's a good one. So green is left, white is right. Cool. And there we go. Now I got a little bit carried away. So I've mounted them and they are good to go. So, right indicator, left indicator. What I've also done, not really going to be able to see the domes in the way, reattach the original, now the correct way up. So I've now got a light that comes out the bottom as well. So that's all in. And what I've also done, chucked on the front ones. And all is good in the hood. Now theoretically it's MOTable, I think. Now what I'm going to have to do is give it a once over and check the pads, all of that sort of shebang, which I will do later on today. I don't think I'll bother filming it because I'm kind of dipping in and out of stuff, but I'll check all the pads, but I think I'm good to go. This is obviously not an end solution, but frankly it'll be covered by the original pieces that I'll throw back on for the sake of the MOT. But the one thing that did strike me, I would like to get this, well, wrong, going back to my needs, wants and all of that sort of thing, you know, this needs a daytime, a full MOT, otherwise you're just restricting the sale too much and you have to sell it for the ridiculous amount like I pay for it. So it needs a full MOT. The other thing that I really want to try, and I've not done it yet, is to get a bike through the ULEZ test. Now, something that struck me a couple of minutes ago. Now, looking at some of the stuff that Charlie's done on the Motorcycle Rescuer, who is in London, who is in the ULEZ zone, is getting bikes through an ULEZ test. And the way that he's got them closer, and sometimes succeeded straight off and got it straight through, is by really leaning them out, by really restricting the air through. Well, I can fit a sock in there, I can fit whatever I want in there, and actually it's the simplest thing in the world to restrict now, because all I do is just jam something in there, jam something else in there. So I could be good, so I could have an MOT bike, could even potentially MOT at the same time as that, grab a van, chuck them both in and just crack on that way. Might be worth thinking about, actually. The thing that I do need on this is a number plate that isn't the size of a postage stamp. I have ordered one. To see when that gets here, it's going to look a bit daft because it's going to be too big, but what I can do is do it off an angle, and it's just a case of a bracket on there, and by a bracket it's, you know, something really simple. There you go. Yes, obviously it's not going to be at 90 degrees like that is at the moment, but something, you know, something Comsa bent out, probably closer to that angle, frankly. Not quite a 90 degree, but not far off, just flattened out. 1, 2, hang the plate off and job's a fish. Now once I've done that, once I've got it through a day MOT, and ideally through ULEZ as well, that really indicates to me what I want to do with it afterwards. Now, I know this bike has split people, actually. A lot of people doing the whole, why are you chopping up well, wrong. Why did somebody chop up a perfectly usable bike? Yeah, fair one. Wasn't me, Gov, but I've inherited what they've done. A few views as to what I should do with it and what I shouldn't do with it, i.e. just, you know, do the minimum, pass it on. Once I've got it MOT'd and potentially ULEZ'd as well, once I've got it MOT'd, I can put it back together, I can do what I want with it. if I've got it ULEZ'd and once I've got it MOT'd and ULEZ'd, then the price of the value goes up on the bike, because it means it's usable in central London, which opens up a whole raft of potential buyers, which is cool. Now if I've got both of those, I'm probably going to fuck around with it a bit more, and by that probably make up my own fairings that don't have that big bulge across them, because I don't need that anymore. That's now relatively flat profile. So get some fairings made up out of what I don't know. Cardboard to start with, till I work out what the hell I'm doing. Side fairings made up. Bars, I'd like to clip them and put them underneath. I just think that's a little bit high up for how the bike sits now, but I'd like to do that, and then see what happens. But I think I've got a bike I can put to MOT here once I've got a license plate on it. That was quick. What's going to go wrong? Right, that'll do me. Thanks very much all. I'll catch you later.